Welcome everyone to the July 2019 orientation session. So my name is Jason Fisk, and you all know me. I'm the Assistant Dean of the online programs here. And Dr. Bea, our instructional designer on staff, she was going to be joining us, but her child is sick, and so she had to go home with him. So I'll just be covering the material that she would have covered, but you'll be getting to know her as you progress through the program as well. So there's just several things that we wanted to make clear as you start off here at the beginning of your journey through this program. And so that's what this orientation is for. But first, who is in our program? And for January 2019, this last year, our master's program, this is the age range of the students that came in, 42 to 59. We had 100% employed in senior level or director level positions. They were from around the country and the world, all sorts of different states and even countries. We'll be accumulating the summer incoming class information for combining our May and July starts pretty soon, which will be very interesting. And so that's just to give you a little idea of who you'll be seeing in the program. So in this first session of 6 weeks, starting in a couple weeks from now, you'll be in class just with the people who started the program this term for your Introduction to Law and Legal Methods, and I'll be teaching that class. And then your one credit will be with everyone in the program, which will include everyone who was in this incoming class and all the other ones. For a sampling of our curriculum, which I'm sure you've already seen online. So here's several of the classes listed here: cybersecurity law and policy, cybercrime, cybersecurity and supply chain management, cybersecurity frameworks, technology privacy and law. We have a few seminars on cyber war, cyberspace law, global privacy law, and then we have electives, which include healthcare compliance. So if you will be patient with me for 1 second as I go ahead and I'm going to switch screens that I'm sharing. All right, so hopefully now you can see my website that's up. So actually, interestingly enough, all of these web pages that you've gone through as a prospective student are going to be totally redesigned and released, I'm told, by next week. So that'll be something for you to check out at that time. But the gist will be the same as far as where you're going to find this information I'm going to show you now. So on the curriculum page, which under the new design, there'll be one web page per program. So for cybersecurity and data privacy, there's going to be at the bottom of the page, there's going to be the curriculum. And so this same information will be there. It'll be in a slightly different location, and I'll notify you when that is up. But this page is going to be important for you as you progress through the program. I would recommend bookmarking this page. So, and again, I'll send you the new URL when it's up. But what's on it is all of the course descriptions, when the courses are offered and what courses are offered. So if you haven't seen this already, I would suggest coming to this page and coming down, clicking on here to the second page, and you'll see here's all the course descriptions for all the classes in our program. Then you'll see here this course schedule. So the course schedule is for you starting summer 2. So here's all the courses that we offer online for this term, summer 2, July 8th through August 16th. And so Introduction to Law and Legal Methods, which you're starting in, and then the one other class, privacy law, and the individual, of which some of you are enrolled in as well. So this is always the place to see. So how it works for registration is in about a month and a half to 2 months before a semester starts, we will be contacting you in regards to selecting your courses. So how it works for you registering is our student services team, which at the moment is me. I will reach out to you through the graduate program's email. I'll send an email saying it's time to register. I'll give you some some instructions, and then you'll go about saying, okay, this is the one I want, this is the one I want, then I'll directly communicate with you. So you don't have to worry about going into the system and going and clicking and actually registering. You'll essentially just tell me, and then we'll take care of it on our end as far as which classes. So soon, as in likely right within the next week or two, I'll be reaching out to you in regards to the fall semester's registration. So we register one full semester at a time. So thus, when I reach out, you'll be registering for, you'll pick your classes for both fall 1 and also fall 2. That's a full semester. So to get in with the lingo, we say online session 1 or online session 2, and so that means fall 1 or fall 2. So this fall 1 would be online session 1 for the fall, and then fall 2 would be online session 2 for the fall. If we say the fall semester, that means the whole semester, both parts all combined. And so that's when we register for the fall semester, we're registering for both fall online session 1 and fall online session 2. So next term, as an example, we'll be able to come up here and say, oh, okay, yeah, you'll be able to pick which class, and I'll give you instructions on how to do that, and then we'll be able to work through each of the sessions to pick. So anyway, this is the spot to go. This is the spot to see the classes, and definitely mark this page as it includes the term dates and the classes. All right, so let me go ahead and jump back to the slides again. All right, so hopefully now you can see the slides. Associate Dean Haynes is the director of the program. So anytime that there's, you want to have more of an in-depth talk about the curriculum, specifically about the courses, or if you want to get a discussion on potential careers in the field or advice on that, he's a great one to start with talking. You also have access to our career services department, which you can reach out at any time as well. So now is normally the time that I hand over to Dr. Bea, but again, Dr. Bea had to go bring home a sick child, so she's not here today. But note her contact information, particularly her email. So it's pbea, so PBAIA at albanylaw.edu. So reach out to her if you're having any system issues, and as far as Canvas is concerned, and then she can guide you into the right direction. At any point, if you aren't exactly sure who to ask a question to, always shoot a question over graduate programs at albanylaw.edu. They will either get you the answer directly, or they'll put you in touch with the right person. So Patty can be reached out specifically for Canvas questions, but you can email graduate programs for any question related to anything. So if it's 3 months from now and you're like, it was Patty, but what was her email? I don't remember. Just email graduate programs. Not a problem. We'll connect you. No worries. So there's a few different tips that we want to give you on how to be a successful online student. And so starting with these few things. So for the objectives is to outline the tips for online students, to check out the portal and Canvas, and then review the Canvas orientation. So objective number 1 is giving some tips for online students. And we all are really wanting you all to really get the most out of this program. Many of you, this is the first time you've done an online program before, which is awesome. We hope your experience is absolutely top-notch, and that's what we strive for. But that being said, like any education system that you enter into, residential or not, you need to make sure that you are up to par with how your studying habits are going to be, or your time devoted to the classes. So again, this doesn't matter how or what mode or any which way of how you're taking classes. It includes online. And so we want to make sure that you're establishing healthy habits now. So the first thing we would suggest is complete the Canvas orientation. So you already have access to this. You're already in this. This will help you get acquainted and oriented to using Canvas. So Canvas is our learning management system. It's a system where you will go into for all of our classes. Second, Establish a regular routine for keeping up with your online courses. That includes communications and participating activities. Getting into a rhythm of success is super important, especially as an online learner. So it's highly recommended that you build a schedule for yourself on this. So regularly do schedule work for the same times every week. So maybe it's Tuesday at 7 a.m. Maybe it's Wednesday at 6 p.m. Whatever it is, carve away a few days in the week and always do stuff during that same time. We find students that get out of a rhythm and just kind of try to randomly do things will always not put enough time in, will always fall behind. So schedule the times to engage regularly with the material. Check your Albany Law email at least once a day. All important notifications go to that email account. Click on all the links in your course and be familiar with what is available and what's expected. So read the course syllabus. It's always a great place to start. Get familiar with the modules and the deadlines. And I would suggest noting down physically on a piece of paper, somewhere keep it organized, the key deadlines and dates for your classes. And watch all videos and take notes when you read, simple things, but sometimes people are watching recorded videos for maybe the first time, and there's kind of, oh, that's entertaining. But naturally, it's as if it's a lecture in a classroom. You take notes on the videos. And finally, create a relationship with the professor and with the instructor. So each class, as we likely have discussed at some point, each class will have 2 professors. So one focused on the building of the course, and the other is focusing on the day-to-day of the course. So that, except for Introduction to Law and Legal Methods, in which I do both of those functions, but for all your other classes, you'll have basically 2 professors performing those functions. So if you're the 1 credit course this term in July, Professor Roman is the professor and builder of the course, and Professor Gorzalek, Jackie, she is the instructor for it. So she's more the day-to-day person. So both you can email Jackie, the instructor for the course, as far as questions, as far as grading and materials and any sort of organizational items. But hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. My foot, I think, undid something there as far as the power to my computer. So I'm gonna reboot this. All right, sorry about that. So those are key relationships to form, is with the professor and with the instructor. Also with each other. Get to know fellow students in the class and in the program. Ask questions immediately when something's unclear or you don't understand. The worst thing you could do is just to wait and let the questions build up or never ask them at all, as materials compound over time, so including topics. So if you don't understand topic 1, well, topics 2, 3, and 4 are probably going to be building on topic 1. And so if you don't understand at the beginning, what are the odds that you'll build your understanding as time goes on? So always ask questions early and often. Stay organized. So save all files for the course in the same folder. Use a calendar to schedule reminders for assignment due dates. So look ahead. So don't just look at what's in front of you. Know what is due in 2 weeks, not just that same day. So in our program, we'll always release the whole course, or at least if the first several weeks, immediately up front. And so we'll always have materials for you well into the future. So if you finish a week's material, you have some extra time, work ahead, start seeing the things that are ahead. because maybe if you know that you're going to be busy the next week, the week after that, maybe you can just jump ahead and finish a lot of the materials earlier to ease your pain. So that's part of the planning process to be a successful student. Make a copy of your answers for everything you submit. So, we don't anticipate there being any system issues or problems with your uploading, but it's technology. Anything with technology, sometimes there might be a hiccup with something. The only way for you to be certain that you don't submit something that's totally lose it for all time is if you keep that Word document, save it somewhere before submitting it and everything you submit. So download or copy paste any content that you want to have access to offline, and have a plan B when technology fails. So do you have another computer that you can borrow if yours breaks or falls in water or something? Is there another place that you can go with internet access? So keep these things in mind for if the time arrives. So objective number 2 is to check out the portal and Canvas. So hopefully you've all had a chance to log into the Albany Law portal. If you haven't, I suggest doing that immediately. And when you do, this is what you should see. So I do want to point out several things here for this, as this is the same portal that all the students at the law school go to. And so if you've logged in, you would already know this, but a lot of these are not going to be relevant for you. They're more geared toward the residential students. So, but several of these things are relevant. And I want to point out particularly which ones are going to be relevant for you. So starting here at the beginning is course registration. So here, I want to mention again that this is not going to be relevant for you as far as registering for sections, register and drop sections type thing. This is not going to be relevant because we register you directly. So again, residential students will come and select their own classes, but for us, we want to really work with you to tailor your schedule perfectly to your needs, and so thus you'll go directly through us. So this section won't be so helpful to you. For academics, view my transcript is important. That's where you can see your grades. Transcript requests, if in the future you need to mail transcripts or you want some of them, this is where you can come and request your transcripts. So those are a couple of things here under academics that'll be relevant. Then down here over here under financial information, this is where you can view some of your billing information. View account is a good place to go to. Financial aid checklists, if you haven't seen that already. So those are all some good things. Under orientation here, this again is largely for the residential program. So thus, there's only a few different things here that'll be of relevance to you, but they are important as far as transcripts are concerned and some financial aid information. So check it out, kind of click around and explore those different areas. Now, super important and relevant to you every day will be this website. So albanylaw.instructure.com. And so bookmark this. This is where you go to come into Canvas. So this is called Canvas here. This is where all of your courses are going to be, is lined up here. The one you should see right now is the Canvas orientation. So that's where you come in here, you log in, and then you click onto here to enter into Canvas orientation and work through that before the classes start this term. So that's your first class. When you have multiple classes here, this is what it'll look like. So there'll be multiple classes here in the future when you're added to more, and then as you go to your next term, the next term, you'll start to have a couple more classes here. A couple fun things, you can click on this and drag it somewhere else if you want to reorder them. So like, let's say you finished the orientation and you're into the term, you can move the orientation back to the end and have the other ones here if you want. Just simply click on it and drag it. Otherwise, over here, you'll notice that there's several different items here. So you can either come to the dashboard to view the things, or you can click on courses and it'll show a list of the courses that you can have access to. This is the inbox here, so basically your Canvas email account that you can look at your message and inbox other people. So to enter a class, all you have to do is simply click on that class right there. It'll get you right into it. So when you click onto a class, you'll come onto the home page for that class, and then notice here all of the different options available to you. So modules will be your bread and butter, where virtually all of the information is located for your for your course. So this is the general layout of what the courses will look like. There's M1, meaning Module 1, and so that will generally be an overview for or getting started type thing for the class. Might include the syllabus, might include the schedule for the class, and might include some introductory information, maybe some reading materials. So just click on it, expand it, and start working through each of the ones. So each of these are clickable. So you would click on each one of these and it'll open up the information. So it might be readings, it might be lectures, it might be assignments. So whatever it is, make sure to click on each one of these and work through it. And then when you're done, you can move on to the next one if you so choose. So anyway, so this is what the inside of the class looks like. Work through that Canvas orientation so you can see how to use all the features of the system. So that was Dr. Bea's presentation, which you just experienced. So now back to me. So all of you have chosen Albany Law School, and we're very happy that you've done so. We trust that you'll be very thankful for your decision now and into the future. So Albany Law School is ranked a top 20 most innovative law school in the country. We have 10,000 alumni in our network worldwide. We're ranked #1 in the nation for flexibility and ranked number 11 nationally, that these are our master's programs. And our school was founded in 1851. So the online programs have only existed since 2016. And so our school is rich with history and tradition, and very much participating in what's the new horizon of education, which is online education. We have several prominent alums from the school, from judges to politicians to Supreme Court justices to prominent people in the business realm. And so our school has a rich tradition of graduating people who are influencers across the board spectrum in society. And we hope that for these master's programs, such as the Cybersecurity and Data Privacy program, that we'll continue that rich tradition of history. So some people like to ask, once classes start, what is a typical week? So a typical week will always involve reading, recorded lectures, discussion forum activities, and sometimes will be assignments. So assignments might be every couple weeks or every few weeks, but this would be what a typical week would look like on a regular basis for all the classes in the program. The course schedule, again, can always be notated on the website that I showed you earlier, but for upcoming dates, we got July 8th through August 16th, and then these dates for the next ones. But again, you can always check that out on the other website. So what are the graduation requirements for the program? So as a master's student in the program, you'll need to take thesis, which will be done in your last term in the program. You'll start off with Introduction to Law and Legal Methods. That's it. Those are the 2 required classes in the program. Otherwise, to get a concentration in cybersecurity and data privacy, you'll need to take 18 credits that are specific to cybersecurity and data privacy. So these 2 classes don't count. And so if you take 18 credits of cyber and then you take these 6 credits here, you're at 24 credits. So essentially that gives you 6 credits of potential electives. Now you can we have tons of cyber courses, so you can do all 30 credits in cyber. But if there ever is a class in a different concentration that you might want to take that looks perfect for you, you can do it. And that maybe in the financial compliance and risk management program, that's a possibility. Additionally, I just want to mention that we do have double concentrations, and so some students want to do that. If you are interested in double concentration, at the moment we have two concentrations. So at the moment it would be these 2. So it'd be cybersecurity and data privacy is what you're in, but the second one, which we're just starting this August, is financial compliance and risk management. So if you're interested in doing both of those, then let me know, and it would extend your graduation, but we could work together to make it the most efficient route possible to that outcome. So that's that. I just wanted to throw that out there. Some students like to do that. But anyway, those are the graduation requirements. So again, thanks so much for watching this. We really look forward to having you in our program, and reach out at any point if you have questions. Graduate programs at albanylaw.edu. At this point, there is a little less than 2 weeks now until we start the classes. So at this, you'll always gain access to the classes the Friday before classes start. And so I think that's July 5th. I'm looking at a calendar. Yeah, July 5th is by the end of the day. On that day is when you'll gain access to your classes. So you can get right in there on that day. Otherwise, before that time, finish the orientation program through Canvas. And let us know if you have any questions. Graduate programs at albanylaw.edu. You should be working on finalizing financial aid at this point. You should be accessing the portal and clicking around and exploring it. You should log into Canvas and do that orientation. So those are the things that you should be doing right now before the term starts at that time. So again, let me know if you have any questions, and really look forward to having you in the program.